In today's video, I'll be exposing the dangerous chemicals used in processing pomo and the serious health risks this pomo can cause to your body. So if you're a pomo lover, come closer, we have a discussion today. Because by the end of this video, you might start thinking twice before adding pomo to your next meal. Hello family, my name is Ucheche Chezinto, a clinical physiologist. If you're coming across my channel for the first time, you are welcome. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you will never miss an update. This channel is strictly for educational purposes. Without wasting much of your time, let's get into business. For those of you that don't know what pomo is, maybe you live outside Nigeria or outside West Africa, or maybe you live outside Africa in total. Pomo is also known as cowskin. It's a popular delicacy across Nigeria, across West Africa. We use it for soups, stews, other dishes. But here is a shocking truth. Pomo has little to no nutritional value, mostly rich in collagen with little protein or vitamins. The protein in pomo is mostly collagen, which is not a complete protein. Pomo lacks amino acids which your body needs to build muscles. Very low protein compared to beef, egg or fish. Pomo has little or no vitamins at all. Yet millions of people consume it daily, even when this meat is tasteless. Like, I can't even imagine the taste. Sometimes the smell. If you live in Nigeria, maybe other West African countries, you can attest that this particular meat called pomo, it has a particular smell. Sometimes you can even perceive a decaying meat. Yes, millions of people still consume this meat. I'm not saying that all pomos are like that, but majority of them, mostly the ones that they soak in water for days, you don't know how it's processed. Some of them stinks. Many pomo sellers use this unsafe and toxic method to process this cow skin. Some of them uses harmful chemicals. And one of the toxic methods they use in processing this pomo is burning it with tire and plastic. You see, traditionally, animal skin is supposed to be processed with firewood, not with plastic, not with old shoes or even tire. That's the safer method. But because it's faster and cheaper, some processors now use burning tire, plastic. Some of them even use old shoes. Now listen, when you burn tires or plastic, they don't just release normal smoke. They release very dangerous chemicals, and these chemicals are called polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons. These chemicals are not something you can wash up easily. So it's not about how much you wash this pomo or maybe how much you cook it to kill off the chemicals. It's not something you can wash off easily. It's not something that you can cook and remove. They settle deep into the skin. So even if you wash off this pomo 10 times, you cook it well, you boil it, those chemicals are still there and they can increase your risk of having cancer. Another reason why you shouldn't eat pomo is that they soak this meat in dangerous chemicals. Now let's talk about something that is even more alarming. Some sellers don't only burn the skin with plastic or even tire. They soak it in chemicals called formalin. Formaldehyde are the same chemicals used in mortuary to preserve dead bodies. For those of you that don't go to mortuary, might not understand how strong this smell is. But if you're a medical student and you are conversant with this anatomy dissection lab, you normally notice that there are strong smell anytime you enter that lab. They normally use formalin to help preserve these decaying bodies so that they will not decay. And you can perceive that strong smell. So if you are asthmatic and you walk into that lab, I can tell you for sure that your body system will change. You start being hypersensitive. So imagine putting that inside your food. Formaldehyde is very, very toxic to the body. When you keep on consuming it over and over again, it can irritate your stomach and your intestine. It can cause damage to your liver and kidney. And for those of you that are having difficulty breathing, like you have asthma, this chemical can cause difficulty in breathing. And long-term exposure has been linked to cancer. Now you ask yourself, why is it that the cancer rate is increasing? It's not like this before. Our forefathers ate natural meals that are not full with so many chemicals. And you ask yourself, why is it that in this day and age, the rate of cancer keeps on increasing? Now you get your answer. What we consume is actually the reason why the cancer rate keeps on increasing, because some of our food, not really all, some of our food are made up of several chemicals that are not supposed to be there in the first place. And that's not even all. Some of these Pomo sellers, some of them uses diesel and kerosene to process it. In some places, they even use kerosene to soften the tough skin of this cowskin so that it can get soft faster. That is very, very unsafe. Kerosene, diesel are petroleum products. They are very unsafe for food. They contain hydrocarbons that are never meant to enter your body. When you eat food contaminated with hydrocarbon, it can irritate your digestive system, and this can cause headache and dizziness. It can put stress on your liver because the work of the liver is to help to detox our body from harmful chemicals. So when you eat all these harmful chemicals, you eat them over and over again, it puts stress on your liver, and this can cause liver damage. And if you continue like this, it can lead to organ damage. That's why you see some persons, their liver, their kidneys start shutting down, and you ask yourself, what is the reason why? Maybe you should look on your food, what you eat, the chemicals you consume can result to this organ damage. Now listen up, this is very important. Not all Pomo you see are originally meant for food. Some of the meat you eat as Pomo are actually imported. They are imported as leather. You know what leather is? They normally use it for shoe bags. Are actually important for leather materials. Before being shaved, these cow skin are treated with strong industrial chemicals to help them to prevent decay. We're talking about chemicals used for leather processing, not food processing. Then somehow they enter the food market and get sold as Pomo. So some of these Pomo you see in the market, some of them are imported as leather materials. So they make their way in the market and boom, it turns to Pomo. So what you're basically eating is chemicals upon chemicals. Some of them treat them with several chemicals that we don't even know. And you go to market and you buy and you eat this meat. So what happens? You're basically eating something that was never meant to be eaten in the first place. Now listen up, these are the harmful chemicals found in processed Pomo based on research, and number one is lead. Lead is a heavy metal and your body has no need of it at all. Once it enters your system, it doesn't just leave quickly, it builds up. Lead affects your brain, especially your memory and your thinking. And it's very dangerous for children because it reduces intelligence. And this can even damage your nervous system. High intake of lead, high amounts of lead in your blood can lead to lead poisoning, and this is life-threatening. And the next chemical found in processed Pomo is polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbon. I mentioned this earlier. In fact, this is one of the most dangerous chemicals found in processed Pomo because polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbon is considered as a potent carcinogen and environmental pollutant. Now, for those of you that don't understand what carcinogens are substances that can increase your risk of having cancer. These substances are strongly linked to cancer. They can cause hormonal disruption, that they can cause hormonal imbalance. They can cause long-term organ damage, and because they come from burning tires and plastic, they are very common in poorly processed Pomo. And let's not forget hydrocarbons, because some of these Pomo sellers, not all, because I won't generalize all, some of them use this diesel kerosene to soak this Pomo to make sure that it is soft, to soften it. When all these chemicals together enters your body, your liver tries to break it down. If this continues over time, it can put serious stress on your liver. And these chemicals don't just leave immediately. They can accumulate in your body. They can stay in your body for years. Particularly if you're the type that keeps on eating this type of food, this processed Pomo, you cook stew is there, you cook your soup is there. This accumulation can lead to what we call barrier accumulation. So today you eat small amount, tomorrow you eat another small amount, then next week you eat another one. Before you know it, your body will start to store these harmful substances. And that's when health problems start showing up. It might not happen immediately, but it's something that happens gradually. As you keep on consuming this chemicalized food, your body keeps on storing these harmful substances into your body. That's why I see some person, they will just wake up and notice that they have kidney issues, liver issues, cancer, and they will say, I don't smoke, I don't drink alcohol. Yes, you don't smoke, you don't drink alcohol, then but you eat all these substances, right? You eat all this food that has all these harmful chemicals. It exposes you to all these diseases. So even if you don't smoke, even if you don't drink alcohol, you are still at risk of having these issues: kidney problem, liver problem, cancer, so far as you keep on eating this processed Pomo that is chemicalized. I stopped eating Pomo for at least 5 years now. The reason why I stopped, the main reason why I stopped, is because of the smell. There was a time I went to the market to buy Pomo, and I noticed that when I use this Pomo to cook soup, it was smelling as if it's a dead meat, as if it's something that is decaying. In my mind, I was like, why would I eat something that has such a pungent smell? Like, at this point, I do not even need any medical practitioner to tell me that this is not healthy. Only the smell alone tells me that something is wrong. If something I eat can smell like this, can smell so pungent, the smell is so pungent, then it's not healthy for the body. I know some of you will say Pomo is more cheaper. That is why you go for Pomo. But I can tell you for sure that it is not cheap also. Compare the price before and now. Pomo is not cheap. You can use that money to buy your beef meats. You can use it for fish. You can use it for egg. It's more healthier. It is more nutritious that way. It is more proteinous. Not just healthier, it is more nutritious. It contains protein, amino acid, other nutrients, other vitamins that are beneficial for our body compared to this Pomo that has little nutritional value. So why will you spend money on something that doesn't have a good taste, that stinks, that has a pungent smell, that doesn't have a nutritional value, has several chemicals that are toxic and carcinogenic that have potency to cause cancer? If you check and balance it, I can tell you for sure it's not what it is. In fact, this meat is tasteless. What exactly you people like about Pomo? Zero nutritional value, zero health benefit. So the real question is Pomo really worth it? If you find this video so educative and helpful, don't forget to give a thumbs up, subscribe, like, and share. Bye.